So, hello, you guys. This is Tamika with Be Natural Locks, owner. Okay. So, y'all, listen. I've been getting a lot of messages for me to actually get ready to start this video because y'all wanted more information as far as the second part to starting your business. So this is what I'm actually bringing to y'all. I've been actually waiting just to let y'all know. I've been waiting for, just the right little setup. Because, every time I'm on, my phone go dead. It is a ratchet setup. I'm at home, relaxed. But what I realized is that I just got to give y'all the information, regardless. And at the end of the day, y'all just going to have to forgive me till I get it all the way together. But hopefully with the great information, it'll be a little bit of help. So I had some questions, and some of my questions basically was, and this is me trying to set up the camera, so don't kill me, y'all. Let me find my rhythm. But anywho, this video is specifically going to be on how to set up your business. If you already looked at the first video, y'all already get the information on processing apps, making sure y'all able to have a professional environment and pretty much what clients are looking for. It was some basic general information. This is going to be some more information, but more so just on space, okay? And how do you navigate that and figure out exactly where you're going to be doing business. Be Natural Locks is going to be launching out a platform in a little bit. We have been very secretive about this platform because it's going to be amazing, and it's more so for a network. So if you are going to be starting off in the business, just know in a little bit, we will give y'all a way to have a platform to stand on so that y'all can be successful in the future. The first thing that you need to know when getting started with these, and I definitely want to make sure that I'm stretching out about this, it's no back doors, okay? If you want to get into Sisterlocks, you need to go through the front door. I just don't think that it's efficient for y'all to cheat yourself out of money. And that's just me being honest. Doing step Sisterlocks, you'll be messing around doing whole establishment for a couple $100, probably 300 up in that, range. But when you're doing Sisterlocks, for one, you're doing a specific trademark. Secondly, you're going to get your money worth for your time that you're putting in. Because Sisterlocks does take a lot of time. And that I think you guys should know before you guys get started. It will take time to master this craft. But the first thing you have to do is be dedicated to actually taking a class. I know for a lot of people, just a lot of different scenarios could be in the way of you getting started. But I'm going to just give it to you. It'll never be the best time or the right time to get started. Either you have to jump into it and you have to be ready to hit it head on, or you're going to lollygag, wait for the right time, and the right time will never come, unfortunately. So the first thing you need to know is that you will need to go to a 4-day training class. This 4-day training class is going to basically give you the ground basis. You know what I'm saying? It's going to run through a lot of things in a 4-day class. Things that I want to let y'all know before you go to the 4-day class. You can't go in and expect, for you to come out a master trainer when you first getting started and you just getting into the industry. So what that means is that it's going to take time in order for you to master the craft. But the first things is just to know how to actually do it. So in your 4 days, you basically gonna learn a lot of information. And let me roll it back a little bit. You do have to pick a 4-day training class. A 4-day training class to be certified for Sisterlocks or to be a Sisterlocks practitioner. It is a 4-day class that travel all around the world. I do believe they even have some in Kingston, Jamaica now. And you can either get a regular class package or you will get a stimulus class package. The regular class package is $14.99. Yes, it is like almost $1,500, or it is $1,500. So it is a big investment. But it's definitely an investment that is worth your time and money. So how I honestly did it was found the class that was coming close enough to, the city that I needed to be in. And then I, took that particular class. Things that you have to prep yourself for is, for one, you need to be in a hotel for 4 days. You need to either be able to travel. So either you're going to be going to the hotel or traveling to the hotel, or you're going to stay at the hotel. Because most of these seminars or training seminars or classes will be at a hotel. So you can choose or opt to stay at the hotel so that you don't have to do a lot of traveling. Or you could choose to stay at another hotel that could be cheaper, but just within the difference. But you still have to look at either Ubering or rent a car so that you can get around. You do have to be to class on time, and it is all the way to 5 o'clock. So from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock, you definitely want to make sure that you are dedicated to being in class and making sure that you're on time and ready for the homework. It's important to make sure that you do the homework from the classes, because these are the things that they're going to be looking at. It is a small test at the end of the class, but that's like enough for that. You will find out when you actually get to class. Whether it's worth it or not, it greatly is worth it. Some of the next things that you should worry about is processing and things of that nature, but we talked about that on another video, and actually getting your platforms together so that you can be seen. So this particular video, we won't necessarily need to touch base on that. But what we will need to touch base on, and what people have asked, is about location. Location. That's a big thing to start up, okay? I'm going to give you the general basis, and you can basically pick whatever is going to be the best situation for you and your family. All right, so you can either start a business or a Sisterlock consulting business, and you are a practitioner, and you can do it at home, okay? But when I give you the at-home aspect, I want to let you know that even though you're at home, you have to be professional. So if you are an untidy person, if you are a person that has like a lot of kids, or your kids is running around, I don't really think professionally that would be a good angle for you actually to start, unless you can either home in on section of your living room that you have actually set aside that is dedicated just for you to do hair. When you doing hair, and it doesn't matter what type of hair you're doing, people don't want to come in and you got kids running everywhere. You got dinner that needs to be cooked. You got 150 people coming to your house. Cousin Day over here one day. Cousins turn here the next day. They don't want all that. They want to come. They want to get a service. And when you are working from home, you need to be even more professional, because you are working from home. So that means that when I work from home, and I'm going to tell you, you can start this business anywhere. I don't care what nobody say. I started my business literally in my living room on the ratchetest street in Tampa. I'm talking about, I had crackhead neighbors, and I ain't doing nothing but being honest to you, but it was only God that helped me through all of that, because my clients didn't know nothing. Like, they look like, why you always greeting me at the door, bro? I'm just trying to make sure you get in good. You know what I mean? Make sure that, that everything is okay out there. They ain't acting a fool. So, you have to do that, though. So, I met my clients at the door. I was in scrubs. I was professional. I was ready to work. They ain't have to come in. They ain't have to wait at the door for 40 minutes. They ain't have to wait 20 minutes for me to get started. It was, when they are there, I'm already ready to work. I already got my everything together. I got my supplies out. I got everything clean. I'm ready to go. Another thing I want to say is that cleanliness, and I even mean with the tools. One thing that you should have out is your braider's class, or at least the minimum your braider's license. That should be put out for display for people to see. You should at least have a barbicide, and it doesn't matter if you are doing it from home. You need a barbicide container. I cannot stand when I was going to get my hair did. Yes, I did, because I didn't have the time. I be putting in work. When I go to people's house to get my hair did, and they don't even have the sanitizer, like, what did you cleaning it with? I need to see. I need to know. And then, to be honest, it's just state board mandatory. So that's just something that you should be doing anyway, okay? Another thing is that, like, in my living room, I had a section, like, enclosed off for my work. At first, it was only just like a station, and then basically a professional salon chair. And I do think that you should get a professional salon chair. It doesn't matter where you are working at. You need to be professional in your industry. So if you are working from home, even if you have your living room decked out, whatever, have your space to where you got your salon chair. You have your station with all of your supplies, and you're ready to work, okay? The next thing is, once my business grew, and people will want to come, so you will need to think about the ramifications that you need to put on your business. Like, maybe you may not disclose your address of your business until you make that first initial contact. Because again, you're advertising to everybody, and you really don't know who people are. So you're just giving out your information, and this is your personal home. So those are things for you to think about too as well. Also, you should think about additional company, kids, and whether they're going to be allowed throughout the session, or will you have company come with them, or will they need to come alone? Those are the things that you need to think about and put as far as rules before you get started, because once you get started, it's going to be hard to make changes and, you know, tell people, oh, well, you can't bring them, or extra people, or your kids, but you have allowed them to bring them, or you have not specified, specific. I ain't even gonna worry about that. Skip that word. Go to the next one, but you just haven't made it clear. Okay, so either you put that on your policies, you have that on your Facebook or your website, just so that they know that it's there before you and them had that particular conversation. Because some people may feel like you just feel that way in the moment, and it's really not nothing personal. But you have to be clear across the board, and you have to get the business handled first. So that's just something that they should see exactly, you know, how you handle your business. The next thing too as well, and you can think about doing that in a general text that you send for the consultation, you know, when you're asking them to wash their hair and things of that nature. Now that we're talking about, you know, actual services, because we talked about the living room. You need at least a small workspace that is dedicated to workspace. And just to let you know too, for me, I moved out eventually one of my couches and left only one couch in there. My kids knew not to come in there when I was working. You know, I'm definitely appreciative that my husband has always been there to support me from day one. Okay, day one, I will actually be doing another video to tell you what my story is. And, you know, then you can see exactly where we're coming from, the things that I kind of did, or things that I needed to do, or the partnerships that I need to have, and what it's like make this, you know, dream come true. But definitely not having kids bothering you every 2.3 seconds. If you have to, you know, you got to train your kids, you know, put them in there with the cartoons on, or, you know, some learning activities, you know, whatever makes you feel comfortable. But you definitely don't want to be stopping every 5 minutes, because it is very tedious. So if you stopping every 5 minutes, it's going to take you 8 hours to do a reciting. And I'm just, you know, I'm giving it to you straight up. The next thing is things that you should think about as far as services. Like, one thing is whether a person or a client will come with clean hair, because by you being at home, you know, for one, are you even licensed to really wash hair? And then secondly, do you want to do like a portable sink and maybe wash their hair like in the kitchen, and, you know, use your kitchen sink for the, you know, the portable hose? Those are some things for you to think about to add in services. If you are not, hold on one second, I just want to make sure my camera looking good. Okay, if you are not, then maybe have an antiseptic on hand, just in case the client come. Even if they wash maybe 2 days before, they may be a little bit flaky, and you know, you can actually do a little antiseptic to actually clean the scalp before you guys get started. And it is some liquid dry shampoos out there that you can use, and even Sisterlocks has some things that you actually can use too for the scalp, but it'll be within your discretion. Even though you're at home, make sure that you have a nice supply, like of your starter kits. That's going to be important. You just want to make sure that at least you have the essentials for them to use, so that you can make sure that your clients are being serviced professionally. The next thing that I'm going to say is that once you begin to grow, and maybe it just may even be comfortability, because maybe you might not want so many people coming to the house. When you first start, you know, you're trying to work yourself out of a job, hopefully. Some people may not have a job, so this may be something that they get into, or they may be retired. Some people may have, you know, disabilities, you know, and they may choose to do this, you know, at home, and they don't have any ramifications. But I definitely suggest growing yourself out of a job. So meaning, you know, work your job and then do this around your schedule. And yeah, it is tiring, it will be a commitment, but I do firmly believe in growing yourself out of a situation. And when I say that, I mean not necessarily going to go get something that's going to cost you $800 a month to maintain, and you don't have a consistent $800 worth of, you know, a month worth of clientele. So I definitely would say start from home and then grow yourself into the position. So meaning rearrange your living room as many times as you can. Until your clientele get to a sufficient amount. Some people may have it to invest a little bit, but then you might want to look into getting a small suite, just maybe about one person or so. Or me, I'm always thinking of an investment. So, you know, if you can start with a 2-person suite, I definitely would do that too as well. But you definitely can decorate it, you know, find out whether you can paint, you know, make it look very professional. Some of them may not come because it may be office suites, so you may still can't wash hair inside the suite. But some places may allow you to actually do some plumbing, and they actually will just, you know, hook it up for you, and you just provide them with the sink, and they're able to help you get that going in that aspect. I already talked about advertising, but I do want to touch base a little bit on that. You will need Fiverr. Like, once you get these things started with the actual you know, platforms like Facebook, Instagram, I definitely suggest that you go to Fiverr. That is Fiverr. Okay, and go ahead and get you some digital work done. This is going to be the most efficient way for you to get some digital things done, and it is some of our people on there, different amount of people, Indians, it doesn't matter. Culturally, it's all across the world, and basically it's freelancers so that they can provide a service for you and you pay the minimum price. You know, it may be about $10 for you to get maybe a you know, border, or maybe even, you know, your logo did maybe about $25. But you definitely want to make sure that you do platforms, no matter if you're working from home or if you're working inside of an office building, or last but not least, you are working inside of somebody's salon. You probably do want to get a little few, you know, some information, because there's a couple ways to do that. And that's when you grow out of the aspect of working for yourself at home. You know, maybe you want to do an independent sweep or suit, you know, or you may want to go and do a salon and break in someone's salon, or rent out a booth in someone's salon, or a room in somebody's salon. It's different angles to do that, and maybe I will do another video that's going to break down each one so that you can get the best out of it. But definitely making sure that you take pictures of your work. Make sure that you advertise on a daily. And I know that sometimes we may feel a little bit subconscious when starting, but at the same time, it is a journey. I do recommend for anybody starting in the industry, do find a mentor. Sisterlocks.com has mentors available. You can find a brand ambassador in your area that does mentorship. Us at Be Natural Locks, we also do mentorship, and we're also going to be launching some new platforms. We've been extremely busy, so we definitely want to bring out some support to you guys, so that you guys can stand on a platform that's already built, and so that you can be seen and have visibility. And we will have specific trainings or just things that we kind of expect as a whole, just to make sure the Be Natural Locks train and Beehive is all running accordingly, okay? But other than that, those are the most questions that I typically got. If I missed anything, you guys definitely hit me back to make sure that you reach out to me so that we can kind of fix it. Another thing too, for the consultations, we do have a consultation video online that you're welcome to show clients, and we also have a book available on Amazon, and it's called Our Locks, you know, Right for You. And that is an amazing book. The author is Tamika Clark, which is me. Okay, yeah. But at the end of the day, you know, it does give the general basics information, so that a person can make a great informed decision and understand that it does have a little bit of work going into it. But I definitely want to give that to you guys as resources, okay? Because I want your Sisterlock business to be as profitable as my Sisterlock business. Because at the end of the day, we are all sisters in this network. And when I do great work, that's a representation of you. And when you do great work, that's a representation of me, because we are still doing Sisterlocks. And that is a big thank you to Dr. C for developing this platform. But I definitely just wanted to give you guys the information. I'm sorry, y'all, if I go into that infomercial kind of thing, but I do want to give y'all the most resources as possible, just so that y'all can be as efficient as possible. And those things are helpers. So I do still conclude that you continue your Sisterlock consultation as you would train. But this is just a little bit of general information and guidance in case you missed some things. Or maybe you're just starting and may not know everything yet. But we are still here as a partnership and as a sisterhood. And if you guys have any questions, drop them below. And I'll definitely make sure that I make some time to go over some things with you guys. Or at least do an additional video to get some information out. Okay, you guys? And that's it for this wonderful tutorial with starting from home. But remember, you do have to go hard. You do have to get out the box. And you got to get out your comfort zone. Okay? Because what they say to do something you never did. Or what they say, hold on, my bad, y'all. Listen, my quotes always be always like Medea. So, you know, just work with me. But they were saying you got to do something different to get some different results. So meaning you got to be different. You know, make sure that your house is tidy. Make sure that, you know, you work on your craft, work on your speed. You know, make your clients as comfortable as possible. You know, because we want to keep up the good word in this industry, okay, you guys? And I just want you to know it's really worth the investment. I'm going to do another video soon, and I'm going to tell y'all what I did, how my life story may have been, and maybe that could give some of y'all some motivation, because I heard from Miss Nicole's the day, I forgot her first name, okay, but it's like a famous motivational speaker. And you know, she was like, you know, what people like to do is make you seem inferior, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, so you're like, oh my gosh, she's amazing, and she just did. No, like, I am the same as you, and if I could do it, you definitely could do it. And maybe if you know my story from where I started from or where I came from, then maybe you will feel like it's something you could do. Was it easy? Definitely not. Was it hard? Yes, it was a struggle. But it's definitely something that I never, ever, ever, ever would turn back to, you know, make another decision to do, because that's how much, you know, this has changed my life. And also, I do want to add, make sure that you get the education that you need. You know, more than just Sisterlock trainings, get educated in hair. If you have to go to school for cosmetology, that would be great too as well. A hair loss practitioner, that would be great too as well. If you're a consultant, try to strive to be an ambassador. You know, just always strive to be the best in your field, okay? And that's I was finna hit y'all with that assalamu alaikum, but I know that's like a hello, you know, and alaikum salam. But, you know, I just be saying it to be like, bang out, you know, keep up, you know. But anywho, I'll wish you guys the best. And, again, if y'all got any questions, drop them below. And I got y'all. All right.